All these amazing women start coming out of limos. Some are walking up with llamas. What was your first impression of this great group?
I was really nervous. Even now, I'm nervous standing in front of you guys. And you all do such a great job of being creative and funny and naturally beautiful that, it really calmed my nerves. And that's something that's gonna stick with me for a very long time.
Alex received the first impression rose. And with that, she got the first one-on-one date. What was it about Alex?
Yeah, I think, you were funny, witty. You kept me on my toes, and I think that's something that deserves the first impression rose.
Thank you. Honestly, thank you so much. I mean, I had such a great time. I think we can't deny it. We laughed a lot, and for me, it's so important. I felt very confident in the last chat, and I understand that, you have to make really tough decisions, and I think you didn't want to hurt anybody, but I guess that's it. Thank you for the amazing journey. I had a great time.
I'd love to open it up to some other ladies here as well. Natalie, anything you'd like to say?
No, I think that, like everyone, it's always a bit of a shock to get sent home because I think all of us did have a connection with you, but I would rather have been in that moment with you and ridden those highs and maybe be let down at the rose ceremony than have you be closed off, which you never were. You were always open to, I think all of us, and I really appreciated that, so.
I appreciate that, and you too.
Thank you.
Bailey, I don't think anybody's gonna forget the single tear moment on the steps in front of the mansion, or the selfies, by the way.
The selfies.
Or the bob.
Or the bob. You'll never forget that bob.
I was in there, bobbing it out, right?
What would you like to share with Grant?
So much to say. I mean, definitely it was a shock watching it back, but I still had a really good time, and I really enjoyed those moments with you. We did, talk about a lot of things and talk about who we are as a person and how we don't like sauce and how we eat pretty plainly. So, I appreciated those moments, and it did make me feel really seen, and so I appreciate you for that.
Thank you, too. I appreciate it.
And Dina, I know this is the first time that you're seeing Grant since after your hometown in Chicago.
Hi.
How you doing, Dina?
Good, how are you?
I'm good.
I have all the nice things to say too, but I feel like other people have things to say as well, so I'm just gonna jump right into it. I remember when you had sent me home, we had talked about, or you said it's not because of anything to do with your family. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
And I have to say I was a little bit shocked when I was watching the episode and you had said, I think this is gonna be your make or break situation with Dina's family not buying in. And I couldn't help but feel a little shocked by that because you had never expressed that to me. And all that is to say, if I made you feel like you couldn't express that, I'm sorry for that.
Dina, that's not that. Listen, you're amazing and you're wonderful, and your family not being there was not the reason. It wasn't the reason. It's just things that I was looking for, just what was best for me.
Yeah, but you never mentioned the fact that not meeting my family was a big deal, which it should have been. You know what I mean?
But if we were to end up at the end, there's time to meet the family. And I was more concerned about how you felt because that's something that hurts, It's something that hurts, your family not being there. And I'm not saying they weren't there. I know they support you. They just don't know this process. It's new to them. So yeah. I wasn't really thinking about how I was feeling. I was thinking about how you were feeling in the moment.
Okay, that's all. I just wanted to say I'm sorry for that.
Well, Dina, thanks so much for feeling comfortable enough to share that with Grant. Thank you.
That's all.
I'll catch you up on a little bit. Your relationship with Carolina and her relationship with the rest of the women, that has been a big topic. Where do you think things went wrong?
I'm not even gonna say that things went wrong between us. I think that where things kind of stopped is when my relationship with other ladies progressed. And it doesn't have anything to do with you per se as a person, it's just my relationship and what I was looking for in a partner. But I just want you to know that if I made you feel a certain way, I'll take that. I apologize.
There's no hard feelings on my end. I just want to know when exactly you clocked what Dina said, because you gave me a lot of validation and then I had to watch you tell her, no, you clocked it.
Yeah, I think that when you're on a group date setting and you can kind of tell by what the vibes are and if people are happy to be there and they're excited, but if there's something there that is negative, that's what I'm noticing. It's not anything.
But what is the negativity that you noticed? Was it me sitting by myself?
No, it's not that. It's just the demeanor that you have.
I will say, walking into that date, I was really bummed. it was very hard for me to live in an environment where I felt so hated.
No one hated you.
You secluded yourself from the first day we all met you. You'd hide yourself in your room. I got to know every single one of all these other girls besides you because you never came out of your room and you never conversed with a lot of us. So I'm gonna stop that right there.
Okay, no. None of my experience had anything to do with us.
Right, but I'm just saying, you're saying that whole experience of you girls hating you was from Rose and the domino effect. It started from the first night. You act like that.
So everyone
lot of
had a
girls.
problem with me from the
Well,
first
yeah, how you presented yourself,
Carolina,
absolutely.
it's not about hate. I think it's even today. Like, I think we all came here to try to have a conversation with you, and I think you came on a high defense. Even up there, like, you tried to take a dig at me for no reason. And it's like, I even sat here with you and I was like, Carolina, are you okay? You said, don't even talk to me, don't talk to me.
I said, don't talk to me because I'm gonna cry, and I don't wanna cry.
But it's not even
all
that. It's
trying
like
to
we tried to console you.
I
and
know,
you
but I
just
don't wanna
can't-
cry.
you can cry, it's okay. Like, we're all trying to just
But then that's
talk
also
to
a
you,
negative,
relate-
because then it's me
not
making the
negative
Carolina
because
show.
we came here and we tried to talk
ladies,
to you.
can I just interject for a moment? Just before we move on and while we have Grant out here, Carolina, I know you were really anxious for this moment. You're looking forward to this. Is there any final word you want to say on this before we move on?
I guess I'm just confused as to that goodbye, but I don't think I'm gonna get an answer, so.
This is what I think is the most important thing about Women Tell All. It gives everybody an opportunity to come together face to face, and you have the opportunity and the floor to express yourselves. I remember when I was the Bachelor watching my season back, there were so many times where I asked myself, could I have done something differently throughout the journey? Have you had any of those moments? Have you thought about that at all?
Yeah, I sit and reflect on things that I could have done differently. And, you know, throughout the whole journey, I definitely tried to take accountability. Maybe I could have watched my words a little more carefully and made sure I was more precise with what I said, but I did my best. And I tried to lead with love, and I tried to lead with compassion. And yeah, moving forward, I'll just take notes.
I think one of the biggest stories about your journey is your family.
Right.
And some of those really close relationships, including with your incredible sister, Taylor. And we're really lucky to have her in the audience with us tonight. Taylor, it's so great seeing you. And of course, you were there on night one at the Bachelor Mansion. What's it been like for you, as big sis, being back home, watching Grant's journey unfold?
I haven't seen him this vulnerable, and to be able to be emotionally available for a number of women at the same time, that's very hard to do. I'm very impressed how you've handled everything with grace, and I'm super proud to say I'm your sister.
Thank you, Taylor.